In this video, we're going to look at the knight versus queen. This time it's kind of like the same as last videos, except we have a knight instead of a bishop. As with queen and bishop, queen and knight is a fairly simple win, but here the knight's strange leaping powers create some nasty forking possibilities. White to move. If we go back here, 1 king h2 is best. Bringing the king over to help its queen, but not falling for the horrific 1 king g2 and then knight f4 check, forking when white's queen and king are forked. King e6, we have queen d4. The queen moves up and takes command of a few more squares. White's king and queen will continually do this so that slowly but surely the enemy king will be pushed to the side of the board. Knight e7. A trick. Do you see what black is hoping for? Queen to e4 check is best. Again, white's on guard and doesn't fall for king to g3 because knight to f5 check. That's when the knight helps the king. So we play queen e4 check is best. And now we can play it because now since the queen is no longer on d4, then that means the knight cannot fork. And let's say the game goes like this. Threatening queen to f5 check, followed by king to g5. And then black gives a check here. We don't mind, we drive the king over. White's king and queen are surrounding black's king and knight. Soon he'll be forced to step back to the fatal sidelines. King e6. On 6, knight to d7, white could continue the squeeze by 7. Queen c6, check, king e7, king g5, and not 8, king g6, knight e5, check, and there goes white's queen. However, we have king g5, king d6, king f5, knight d7, queen d4 check, king e7. Now, also hopeless was 9, king c6, king e6, knight c5, king e7, king b5, king d6, and etc. Queen d5, however. Patiently taking more squares away from black's pieces, though from that position. Queen b4, king f7, queen b7, king e7, queen c7, king e8, king e6, knight f8 check. King d6 is even faster. Our basic box plan will make your life easier by offering a constant and highly effective idea to follow. 10 knight to f8, and not 10 knight to f6, queen e6 check. When the knight is lost, we have queen c5, king f7. Obviously, moves like 11 king d7 and 11 king d8 allow 12 queen takes f8. Queen to c7, king e8. Now we'll force the opponent back to the 8th rank. Now we make the move king f6, threatening for queen e7 mate. But knight d7 check, king e6, Knight f8 check. Now you notice black is giving checks with knight. You're like, when is he going to stop? But we play king d6, however. There are no more checks and queen e7 mate is still threat. The noose is tightening around black's neck. Knight g6, queen g7. Not falling for queen e7 because it looks like mate, but except the knight is defending the square, therefore it be a draw. That only leaves one choice. Black plays king d8, and we mate with queen, and now we mate with queen d7. Now white wins. So, as we saw, to safely win this endgame, you should always be on the lookout for knight forks, use your king and queen as a team, chase the enemy king to the side of the board, be patient. As your queen and king cut off more and more of the board, he'll eventually be forced to give ground and run for the sidelines, which is just where you want him.